You did that good.
Told the Abba Yahuwah, my father, I acknowledge you, but for every song that's only proper. Place me on your roster, Mikasa Sukasa. Place us in your arms when nothing can harm us. Abba, please protect your servants from killers and mockers. I know one day we enjoy the land that you promised. I know one day you destroy these wicked imposters. I know one day we rejoice once hated, not honored. I know the time coming soon, forever pay homage. Yahuwah Elohim, freed your people from bondage. With the brightness of his coming, all filth is abolished. From the fear of Yahuwah, beginning of knowledge. With the Ruach of Samson pushing between these two columns. I'm now without seeing our enemies conquered. Eyes closed, deep thought, have you ever just pondered? Released from this land that we formerly wander. Yeah. Barak you forever, Yah. Yahuwah, your words we amunah. I'm thankful for every part. Your kindness such a barakah. Barak you forever, Yah. Yahuwah, your words we amunah. I'm thankful for every part. Your kindness such a barakah. Hallelujah. Lesson for my people. Don't fall to the distractions. Focus on your Abba Yahuwah. Hallelujah. Everything's so subliminal. Look what you're spiritual, discerning good and evil, painting pictures with the lyrical, living in the matrix, and the demons are the signals. But this is not a movie, and the world is very cynical. Can't watch TV, commercials even sensual. Baby acting like what they see very pitiful, incomprehensible. Pride is unadmittable. People live their lives without Yahusha, very minimal. Nowadays, even young boys become criminals. The youth having sex before their first physicals. Homeless on the street life, styles are unlivable. People laughing at them, what happened to our principles? The brain's like a sponge, be careful what you listen to. That's the reason why the world views are so confused. I will open my mouth, tell you about the good news. Yahusha's at the door, his arrival is unpredictable. Yeah. Barak you forever, Yah. Yahuwah, your words we amunah. I'm thankful for every part. Your kindness such a barakah. Barak you forever, Yah. Yahuwah, your words we amunah. I'm thankful for every part. Your kindness such a barakah. Barak you forever, Yah. Yahuwah, your words we amunah. I'm thankful for every part. Your kindness such a barakah. Barak you forever, Yah. Yahuwah, your words me amunah. I'm thankful for every part. Your kindness such a barakah.
Give it my all, I don't cheat. Some on the go when they need you. Most people just here for a season. Under them smiles be demons. Stay to myself for that reason. If it ain't love, I don't need you. I'm cool with your side, but got life in my bottle. That living water, you know what I mean. What life mean to me, more than some G's. The circle got smaller, I found my peace. Trust in my faith, back on my feet. My abba, my ox, that is my team. Skirt, skirt, we leaving. Nothing is negative, wanna hear. He gave me the script and I'm living them. Spirit of fear, don't dwell in here. It good for your health when you study them scripts. Study yourself to see where you trip. Abba gon' help when you sincere. If you are his voice you will hear. Everyday job, this my career. Working in this venue for the rest of my years. Wake up every day, that's a good pay. Tell the devil get away, don't tempt me. This path I'm on, gotta keep it straight. Where I'm tryna go, I can't be late. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy. If it ain't on right, just don't wanna vibe. Devil on block, don't hit my line. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy. Hey, this path I'm on, gotta keep it straight. Where I'm tryna go, I can't be late. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy. If it ain't on right, just don't wanna vibe. Devil on block, don't hit my line. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy. Give it my all, I don't cheat. Some on the go when they need you. Most people just here for a season. Under them smiles be demons. Stay to myself for that reason. If it ain't love, I don't need you. I'm cool with your side, but got life in my bottle. That living water, you know what I mean. What life mean to me, more than some G's. The circle got smaller, I found my peace. Trust in my faith, back on my feet. My abba, my ox, that is my team. Skirt, skirt, we leaving. Nothing is negative, wanna hear. He gave me the script and I'm living them. Spirit of fear, don't dwell in here. It good for your health when you study them scripts. Study yourself to see where you trip. Abba gon' help when you sincere. If you are his voice you will hear. Everyday job, this my career. Working in this venue for the rest of my years. Wake up every day, that's a good pay. Tell the devil get away, don't tempt me. This path I'm on, gotta keep it straight. Where I'm tryna go, I can't be late. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy. If it ain't on right, just don't wanna vibe. Devil on block, don't hit my line. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy. Hey, this path I'm on, gotta keep it straight. Where I'm tryna go, I can't be late. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy. If it ain't on right, just don't wanna vibe. Devil on block, don't hit my line. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy.
Yeah.
Some of y'all did that. I heard that.
You heard that.
I heard that.
Yeah.
It'd be a blessing if I hear it at the end of the show as well. Shalom, Ak, how you doing, brother?
Man, shalom, Ak. I'm good. Blessed, highly favored. Last time I checked, the Most High's on the throne, so I'm good.
Man, ain't he on the throne? He on the throne and he just directing and he's orchestrating everything that we seeing down here. And it's a beautiful thing to be in the Ruach, be able to see how he is orchestrating this world in order for our redemption, in order for us to be able to, in the analogy that you used before the show, we watching gladiators playing with our toys, hurting themselves, and all we got to do is just sit back and watch. Just watch them hurt to kill themselves, so we go take back what's rightfully ours. So hey, I have absolutely no qualms whatsoever. Starting off though, I do again, if you don't mind, Bernard Salahaya, give us another round of applause for Ayob Ben Yahoo and the excellent job he did last night with Jamil the Trunk Rattler. That when they just get better and better. And now that you are putting a name on what it is that you do, the R&B hook is going to make it even that much better, because now people know exactly what they're coming to and where they're coming. Jamil, he did the exact same thing that he did the first time he came, which was did not let us down. That brother is a walking plethora of knowledge and wisdom.
Right.
Don't know how old he is, but the brother is, you know, he has it together upstairs, and so he's more than just a rapper.
Right. Absolutely.
So last night really was great. But not Salahaya, I want to thank you as well. You doing what? brought you in and made it easy for me and I. Yo, you really, yeah, you making it easy for us. Well, I can speak for myself, you know what I'm saying, but
it's easy.
yeah.
I'm glad I can lighten the load.
Yeah, you making it easier for us. So we appreciate you as well. You doing okay?
I'm doing well.
That's
Blessed
good.
and highly favored.
Everybody that is here, I was telling my wife, when you see that number 12, those are regulars. That is the family. This is the house of 12. And I want to say shalom to everybody that is here with us tonight. And Shaka Boom told y'all when she came in.
I better hit that like button.
Hit that like button. It is so important that you hit that like button. That like button is like gold to the show. If you find value in this show and you want someone else to be able to find the same value that you find, the way for that is to hit that like button. You ain't got to comment, but hit that like button. That like button will allow this show to reach people that may not have heard about this show.
I'll praise for that.
Tonight is going to be ran just a tad bit different, not a whole lot different. But it's going to be ran a tad bit different. We're going to drop the 3x15 tonight, and we're also going to drop the TikTok talk. And we're going to stay with one subject tonight, which is a pretty good subject. But before we get to that, Bernard Shalahai, you got some announcements?
I do. I have a few announcements. I'm not going to be long because I do recognize that we got a heavy topic tonight. So I'm going to get started. I have a few announcements directly from our sister Delta. She was with us last week. I'm just going to reiterate some things that she shared last week directly from the Light Hebrew magazine. So February 18th, 2024, Drip and Sip. For those of you who have been, you know what it's all about. For those of us who have never had the opportunity, we now have an opportunity to check it out. They're still looking for performers. So make sure that if you are interested that you sign up for the Light Hebrew magazine so you can get some more information. Pre-sale tickets are available. Where? The Light Hebrew magazine. We have another announcement. Jamil the Trunk Rattler dropping his Righteous Rap Tunes. It drops on Friday, November 24th at 11 p.m. Central Time. You can pre-order now on Amazon. What else do I have for you guys? Minister Michael Norman has a new song, Soweto. I believe I said that correctly. If not, charge it to my head, not my heart. Sword of the Spirit on the Runway. I posted some pictures of some of the royalty attire that he can provide. I know who I'll be calling to get my attire for the Drip and Sip. I suggest you get in line and get yours. If you want to know how you can get your attire, guess what? Go to the Light Hebrew magazine. More information available. And last but not least, I have for you guys. So this actually started today. This is the first annual Abram Homeschoolers Convention. It started today and it goes through tomorrow. $45 for a family of four. I'm not 100% sure if you had to get in yesterday in order to, get in today in order to be able to attend tomorrow as well. Hopefully Sister Delta will drop in a little bit and give us some information. So she'll let us know, but it's $45 for a family of four. Individual tickets are available. And there's going to be dinner provided, but those tickets are sold separately. So that is all I have for you guys directly from the Light magazine. I don't have any more announcements, but I do know we have a heavy show topic tonight. So I'm going to let you guys get right to it.
Praises.
All doors lead to the Light Hebrew magazine.
Man, one-stop shop.
One-stop shop it is. It is. So let's keep it moving. Aki, Beyond Critical Race Theory.
Man, so got a treat for y'all tonight. So I have been seeing this, and once again, it's just not something we talk about in the schools, man. And beyond critical race theory, which equals beyond critical race facts, especially in our community, we always want to bring the stories that when that's not talked about in schools, that the media just don't talk about. And when I seen it, once again, y'all always hear me on the Chosen Conversations and on here talking about becoming like a child. And it just took me back to when I was little. I wanted to be before Muhammad Ali, before before that. I wanted to be two things. I wanted to be a Harlem Globetrotter, and featuring tonight a gem on the BCRT. I wanted to be one of the Nicholas brothers, man.
Okay.
These boys was bad. Y'all, we're gonna watch a clip at the end, and you get to judge for yourself. But let's go through this article. The Nicholas brothers, man. Tap dancing team. And when you see the clip, you're gonna be like, yes, I remember. But once again, they're not really talked about. But tonight we're gonna celebrate the Nicholas brothers. The Nicholas brothers, the tap dancing Nicholas brothers brought an elegant but distinctly gymnastic style to a number of major Hollywood musicals in the 30s and the 40s. The self-taught brothers, self-taught, Fayard and Harold, tap danced their way from vaudeville and Harlem's legendary Cotton Club to Broadway and Hollywood. Known for their airborne splits and acrobatics, the Dapper Duo is considered by many to be the greatest dance team ever to work in American movies. Child prodigies, the brothers made their film debut in 1932, Popeye Blackbird with U.B. Blake, and the same year began dancing at the Cotton Club, the famed New York cabaret that showcased Israelite or so-called black performers. Producer Sam Goldwyn saw them there and hired them for their first Hollywood musical, Kid Millions, in 1934. But of course, because of racial prejudice, they appeared as guest artists, isolated from the plot in many of their films, a strategy that allowed their scenes to be easily deleted in the American South. Among those films are Sun Valley Serenade, that was in 1941, Orchestra Wives, 1942, The Pirate in 1948, which was highlighted by the acrobatic routine with Gene Kelly in the Be a Clown number. The Nicholas brothers appeared on Broadway in the Ziegfeld Follies of 1936, and in 1937, they worked with ballet choreographer George Balanchine in the Rodgers and Hart Broadway musical comedy Babes in Arms. After spending a year in the Army stateside during World War II, Fayard re-teamed with Harold. In 1946, Fayard had a feature role in St. Louis Woman, in which Harold had the lead. Then they embarked on a series of international tours. In 1948, they gave a Royal Command performance for the King of England at the London Palladium. Later, they danced for 9 U.S. presidents. Harold had appeared without Fayard as early as 1933 in The Emperor Jones, and thereafter earned solo credits in Carolina Blues in 1944, Uptown Saturday Night in 1974, and in a solo stage career in the 50s and early 60s. He also starred in the Broadway Duke Ellington musical, Sophisticated Ladies, which is one of the more famous ones, on tour in 1982, and in the touring musical The Tap Dance Kid in 1985. On his own, Fayard Nicholas took on a dramatic role in the 1970 movie The Liberation of L.B. Jones and won a Tony for his choreography for the Broadway review Black and Blue in 1989. With Harold working in Europe and Fayard in the United States, the Nicholas brothers did not perform as a team for 7 years in the 50s and early 60s. They reunited as a duo in the mid-60s among a string of awards in their later years. The Nicholas brothers in 1991 received Kennedy Center honors and were honored at the Academy Awards. Harold, the younger brother, died July the 3rd in 2000 of kidney failure and cardiac arrest, the New York Times reported. He was 79. Fayard passed away of pneumonia January 24th, 2006 at the age of 91. The Nicholas brothers. And when you see this clip, I'm telling you, you're going to be like, man, yes, I know who that is. Because once again, as famous as they were, you just don't hear a lot about them. So once again, judge for yourself, and then we'll come back with y'all thoughts after we watch this clip.
Wow.
Lucky number, oh, I'm dreaming of lucky numbers, hoping that those lucky numbers will show for me. Numbers gonna show for you and me. Superstitious. What even makes me suspicious? Table with 13 dishes. Will make you flee. Heaven's peace. Hey, that's mommy. Yeah? Yeah, man. Well, all right then. Put my trust in Goofer Dust. 'Cause you know someday it may bring you a 7. Or maybe a lucky 11. Once that you'll be in heaven. Lucky number for me. Yeah.
Hey,
Them boys are bad. The boys are bad. The boys are bad.
I had never heard of them, and even after singing that, I didn't. But that's awesome, man. We just talented.
Man, they were I want to say in that clip, that's the 1936. Now they're famous. If you go back and you can find the clip, y'all, when they're in the Mickey Mouse, the long tuxedos, and they're going up the stairway, and they come down and slide down. That's what
okay.
But that was in 1936. I want to say they were 13-9. 13.
Wow.
The Nicholas brothers. Like I said, we don't celebrate them enough, man. But like I said, I want to be a Harlem Globetrotter, and I want
too
clean. And they did that up until the 1980s and 1990s, man. And like I said, we just don't talk about them and celebrate. That's one of the clips. That's the famous Fred Astaire Cotton Club movie that I'm talking about, that you can go and find on YouTube. And they were just, I mean, splits, jumping, backflips, you name it. The Nicholas brothers. Man, the boys are bad.
So, fun fact.
Yes.
Well, first of all, the younger brother was married to Dorothy Dandridge. I don't know if anybody knew that. He was married to Dorothy Dandridge. And when I pull this next picture up, tell me if you recognize who this is.
Yeah, okay.
Now that you see him, do you know who that is?
He was in the movie
5 Heartbeats.
5 Heartbeats.
That's Sarge.
Yes, I was
the choreographer.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. Yeah, man.
So when you told us you were doing this story, of course, I go in and do a little bit of research so I can provide some pictures for you. Right. And I got to this picture and I said, he looks so familiar. I said, man, he looks like Sarge from 5 Heartbeats. So I did a little digging and I said, no wonder, because that's who it is. That's him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty neat.
That is.
Wow, man. Yeah, man. The Nicholas brothers. Like I said, we don't celebrate them enough because you don't really hear about them. But yeah, look, Sergeant 5 Heartbeats. And I knew when I did the story, I was like, why did he look so familiar? Thank you, sis.
Right.
Always provide great fun facts and more footage and material when it comes to this stuff. So I appreciate that. Sarge
was about that business too, boy.
He was.
You about that business.
Yeah, man. The Nicholas brothers.
Yeah, that was awesome, Ayob. I appreciate that too, because what that did, that turned that gave us a whole nother something other than what we normally have. You know what I'm saying? We could celebrate our greatness as well on the Beyond Critical Race Theories because they hide that from us as well.
Right.
You know,
Right.
never talk about that. They want us to remember everything, but anything that has to do with us, you know, yeah.
Just watching that and just thinking about the greatness that's in us. For them to be that young, you think about
Right.
Josiah, man, Yoshiyahu, and
Right.
he ruled South Judah for what 31 years, from 8 years old to 39. So it's that time is coming again, man.
Greatness is in us, man. Greatness is in us, bro. So yeah, that's real talk. So yeah, we appreciate that. Beautiful Beyond Critical Race Theory. 5 Heartbeats is a classic for sure. Let's get to that song break and let's get back to our topic. The title of the show tonight is All Things Come Full Circle. Should have called it Chickens Coming Home to Roost, but
that's a subtitle.
That's the subtitle. Yeah.
Which one is it?
Very first one.
Give it my all, I don't cheat. Some on the call when they need you. Most people just here for a season. Under them smiles be demons. Stay to myself for that reason. If it ain't love, I don't need you. I'm cool with just but got life in my bottle. That living water, you know what I mean. What life mean to me, more than some G's. The circle got smaller, I found my peace. Trust in my faith, back on my feet. My Abba, my ox, that is my team. Skirt, skirt, we leaving. Nothing is negative, want to hear. He gave me the script and I'm living them. Spirit of fear, don't dwell in here. It good for your health when you study them scripts. Study yourself to see where you trip. Abba gon' help when you sincere. If you are his voice you will hear. Everyday job, this my career. Working in this venue for the rest of my years. Wake up every day, that's a good pay. Tell the devil get away, don't tempt me. This path I'm on, gotta keep it straight. Where I'm tryna go, I can't be late. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy. If it ain't on right, just don't wanna vibe. Devil on block, don't hit my line. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy. Hey, this path I'm on, gotta keep it straight. Where I'm tryna go, I can't be late. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy. If it ain't on right, just don't wanna vibe. Devil on block, don't hit my line. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy. Give it my all, I don't cheat. Some on the call when they need you. Most people just here for a season. Under them smiles be demons. Stay to myself for that reason. If it ain't love, I don't need you. I'm cool with just but got life in my bottle. That living water, you know what I mean. What life mean to me, more than some G's. The circle got smaller, I found my peace. Trust in my faith, back on my feet. My Abba, my ox, that is my team. Skirt, skirt, we leaving. Nothing is negative, want to hear. He gave me the script and I'm living them. Spirit of fear, don't dwell in here. It good for your health when you study them scripts. Study yourself to see where you trip. Abba gon' help when you sincere. If you are his voice you will hear. Everyday job, this my career. Working in this venue for the rest of my years. Wake up every day, that's a good pay. Tell the devil get away, don't tempt me. This path I'm on, gotta keep it straight. Where I'm tryna go, I can't be late. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy. If it ain't on right, just don't wanna vibe. Devil on block, don't hit my line. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy. Hey, this path I'm on, gotta keep it straight. Where I'm tryna go, I can't be late. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy. If it ain't on right, just don't wanna vibe. Devil on block, don't hit my line. Tell the devil I'm busy. Tell the devil I'm busy.
Yeah.
Yo, so before we went to the music break, wife looking at me, which one? I say the first one. She looking at me, I say, it's right there. I go over there and I hit it. And she say, didn't we just listen to that? I say, oh yeah, we did, didn't we? Okay, but hey, we're rolling. That's why I say second time, I guess we need to tell the devil tonight, we busy.
We busy. and the famous words of Wani, She just did it twice out. That's all.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, man.
I want everyone that is here with us tonight, put a 1 in the chat if you have heard about the letter that Osama bin Laden wrote to America. Let's get a 1 in the chat if you heard about it. This is what tonight's subject is going to be about. And the letter is not entirely long, but it was long enough for us to deal with it for the entire night. So, and that's what we're going to do. So I got 1, Mr. Tyrion, Malak Yahoo. Yep, Yamay, she done heard about the letter. I know Shaka Boom heard about the letter. I know she have. We haven't came across nothing, Shaka Boom. Already. There it is. There it is. Yeah. So this letter has been circulating. What about a 2 for who have read it? Let's get a 2. I want to know who read it as well. This letter's been circulating. It's been causing a lot of problems. Been causing a lot of problems with the construct.
Oh man.
A lot of problems. And you know, for a long time they have been trying to ban TikTok. And right now, boy, they are on TikTok head because of this letter.
Boy, they on their neck.
Them right wingers is on their neck for real. So we got 2 tools of those. Okay, so for the ones who have not, I'm going to trust. For those who did not give a 1, who did not give a 2, you have not heard about the letter. So if you have not heard about the letter, we're going to talk about that letter tonight. Some real interesting things in the letter that needs to be brought out. This letter is very telling. And I have prayed. I've been actually praying as much as I can today to the Most High. And I was telling my wife that when we have topics like this, I normally just, be like, boom. So I want to keep myself right here. So make sure I stay right here. All right.
I got you.
But not make sure I stay right.
I'll reel you back in if I need to cast out the line and reel you back.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because it's a lot, man. And when I came, when I opened up the letter, and it didn't take long for me to, to do one of these, I was like, okay.
Yeah, step back.
Yeah, I had to step back. Had to step back. But America's skirt is being pulled up.
Boy.
And, it's a terrible thing when something is there that you was not expecting. You know what I'm saying? 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 5 says, therefore judge nothing before the time until the Most High come, who both will bring to light the hidden things of darkness and will make manifest the counsels of the heart. And then shall every man have praise of the Most High. Wow. So as Americans, we have believed in the ideology that America was the greatest nation on earth. We have. Now, every secret sin that she has committed is now coming to light. Yep. This is another sign that we are in the end of times, because we have always heard that what you do in the dark. I know my mama used to teach this all the time, and I know it firsthand, as you know, from experience. What you do in the dark, it will come to light. Yep. We can fool each other, but when it comes to the Most High, he don't miss nothing, And so 911 was that day that if you were alive when it happened, you not only remember where you were at, you also remember what you was doing at that exact moment. America was under attack. Whether it was foreign or domestic, we were under attack. And according to this letter, Osama bin Laden admitted to the attacks. But not only did he admit to them, he explained the motive behind the attacks. I have no idea where this letter came from. And it's hard for me to believe that an ordinary person all of a sudden out of nowhere just posted this letter on X, formerly known as Twitter, which is owned by Elon Musk himself. But from whenever it came from, it's here now. So the only thing that we can do is talk about it.
That's it.
His first question off the bat: why are we fighting and opposing you? This is Osama bin Laden talking to America. His very first question: why are we fighting and opposing you? And his answer was clear: because you attacked us and continue to attack us. And I can hear America asking the question, well, how so? And his reply, was, you attacked us in Palestine. Palestine, which is sunk under military occupation for more than 80 years. The British handed over Palestine with your help and your support to the Jews who have occupied it for more than 50 years, overflowing with oppression, tyranny, crimes, killing, expulsion, destruction, and devastation. The creation and continuation of Israel is one of the greatest crimes, and you are leaders of its criminals. And of course, there is no need to explain and prove the degree of American support for Israel. The creation of Israel is a crime which must be erased. Now, we just talked about this last week, did we not?
We talked about it, and then boom, over the weekend, this popped up.
His very first answer was, he said that the British handed over Palestine with your help. Last week, I wished I could rewind it because we just talked about how the Rothschilds will bring America into the war to be allies with Britain with the condition of giving up Palestine for the Jews. Did America really believe that the wrongs were not going to catch up with them?
That's it. The chickens are coming home to roost, and not only are the chickens coming home to roost, but like he said, you got to catch what he said. The creation, this is what he said. The creation and continuation of Israel is one of the greatest crimes, and you are the leaders of its criminals. Like we said, all Hasatan has to do to get an audience with the Most High, and as he stated in Isaiah 14, I will be like the Most High, I will ascend. All he has to do, we talk about it all the time. We just talked about it last week. All he has to do is get the people in agreement. Like I said, America, when you take those polls and 70% yes, go to war to protect our interests, and 30%, you have no idea what you're agreeing to. They're not telling you. They're just saying, oh, it's for protection. So we go to the polls and we vote. So when we vote to put that person in office, not us, not we, I'm saying as a people as a whole.
Right.
And that man leads and goes under what he is saying in this whole letter. What you agreeing to?
Right.
What you agreeing to? What have you become a part of? Man, we were just talking about this last week.
Yeah, I mean, that very first paragraph, man, it got me because I said we just discussed this last week. See, and this is the thing. This is the history that America has been wanting to keep hid for so long. But now, are you going to get in on this? Are you good?
Oh yeah, I got comments.
Okay,
but you guys got it.
This is the history that they have been wanting to keep hid for so long, and that's why when I started, I was like, look, I know that I bought into the ideology of America when I was younger. You know, that there's no place like America. Even and it's strange being black in America because even knowing that racism existed in this place, we still thought that this was the greatest place on earth.
Yeah.
It was an illusion.
Right.
Because of
We bought into the illusion.
it's sorcery. Can we say it's sorcery? Can we say
sorcery.
it's a strong
Sorcery,
delusion?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And that's what waking up to the Most High's marvelous light is. You're in the darkness and then you wake up to the marvelous light. We didn't know we was in the matrix till we were brought out. And then you turn around and look at it like, wow, I was in that delusion.
Right.
But we didn't notice it then.
Didn't even want to come out of it because 9/11, and I'm gonna ask the question before I go on. I know exactly where you were at because I was with you, but where were you at in 9/11 when we heard the news?
In the car headed to work, listening to Mike Golick and Mike Greeny in the morning.
Wow. Wow.
In the car. And this is the crazy thing about this, yo, because I'm gonna ask you where you were at as well, right? Okay. This the crazy thing about it. We in the car. I'm taking her to work. I would take her to work, drop her off, and then I would go to work, right? The traffic was about as normal as it normally be, but we looking at people in their cars. They listening to something other than what we was listening to, because we listened to 103.3, which is ESPN in Dallas, and it was Mike Greeny and Golick. Mm-hmm. And then I guess they hadn't got the news yet. But the people all around us did, and we looking at their facial expressions, and we like, what in the, you know what I'm saying? Then we finally got the news, and we saw. That's why I say 9/11, it was an atrocity.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I would, there's no way in the world that I will say that it was not an atrocity. I remember where I was at. I remember what I was doing. And I remember all that day looking at the news, looking at these buildings, smoke in New York, getting off work, seeing the same exact thing, watching them crumble. And it's like, this is chaos. Me, because I was in the delusion, we got to go to war with the people who done this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's same with me. I was in the car. Mahalik, and she's in the chat. Of course, she's not going to remember, but I always tell her this story when we talk about current events and things. She was about 4 or 5 months old, and I was taking her to the daycare
as our son. Yeah.
So I get in the car, and Power 98 in Charlotte. 98 FM was bumping, regular morning mix. People on the way to work, it's a little bit, right before 9 o'clock or whatever, 8 something. So I'm driving up I-85 north or south in Charlotte from Kannapolis, Concord to Charlotte, and I'm bumping to the mix. I drop off at the daycare. I get back in the car, and the DJ is talking with the summer mood, and we're going to go to another break. And I was like, why are you not playing no music? Just like y'all looking at people's faces, I'm looking at the radio like, what is going on? Like, no music is being played. So I get home, turn on the TV, I see the building smoking, and then I immediately seen, or what I thought I seen something hit the second building. I said, okay, let me go get my baby. I jumped right back in the car, drove up the road, and picked Mahalik up from daycare real quick. Right. That's right. Real quick. Right. Because it's crazy. I said the next phase is absolute war. There's no way, President Bush, there's absolutely no way. This is just like, this is not something you're just going to gloss over and say, oh, okay, it's fine. We found out who did it. I said, we're going to war. So yeah, that's where I was at.
And everybody that was over here felt the exact same way. You opened up the show with, you got to get the people approval. When you read Revelation chapter 12, the mark of the beast, don't you understand that that's the people's approval?
That's what it's talking about.
Whether it's a republic or a democracy, it has to get the people approval for anything to be able to move. So how do they get the people's approval? It's called propaganda.
Propaganda.
And if you remember, there was a spirit at that time, because we were talking about how nice everybody was. How generous everybody was. No matter where you were, people weren't cutting people off in traffic. People were being extra nice to each other in the grocery stores. People were being very civil towards each other in situations where they normally aren't civil. You could just, it's kind of like the holidays. There's a spirit that was around at the time. And I remember us talking about that. Like, it took this for everybody to just all of a sudden be nice. Like, people are being so nice, it was scary. And I think part of it was because everybody, like you said, we got to go to war. But what does war look like?
Right.
Because we've never had it on these grounds. Right. So everybody was afraid of.
It was easy for us to say, let's go to war, because we knew that the war was going to be fought somewhere else. But after all, we had been attacked. And I'm going to tell you how, well, I guess you could say how green I was, even though I was upset about it. And even though I'm seeing what it was that I was seeing, the buildings collapsing and all of the people that died, I was still going on with business as usual. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Why? Because I'm an American.
Right. Don't let move.
That's about the worst that can happen to America. Right. We fit to take care of this.
Right. We're about to handle our business.
We about to handle our business. I really don't believe and like Bernard said, there was a spirit of niceness, and it was really weird. But as a whole, I don't think anybody was afraid. They still talking about playing football.
Yep.
We got to get the games back on.
Although we did for one day.
Right.
We didn't play.
Yeah, we did one day. You know? Yep. Because this is America, and this is what's one of the things that's going to get America in trouble. But this is also how America hide her sins from her people. The whole world knows and always have known how wicked America is, but the American people,
that's it. Because we always believe, like you said, the propaganda. We always believe the reason behind we're doing something. And we need to pull together and rally together, get on one accord, and we did. Right. Not knowing that there's a deceptive answer behind the scenes that there's
a whole motive behind. Exactly. A whole motive behind this thing, man. Luke 12 in chapter 2, it says that for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that should not be known.
Come on, man.
These chickens are coming to roost, as we keep saying. That's why we got the title, All Things Come Full Circle. Go find out what's wrong with him. Put him up. What makes this particular letter dangerous to America is that if enough people, even with a small understanding, come across this letter, it will reveal the evil ruach of America to her own people. This letter gives history that America would love to keep hid. Even in this Newsweek article that I pulled the letter from, it did not forget to warn the readers that these documents is written with propagandistic intent from an international terrorist and mass murderer. In other words, please don't believe what you read.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly when I seen that, I was like, oh, that's the it's gonna be all right, pat on the back moment. Don't worry about it. Read it, but don't worry about it. Nothing will never happen. But reading those comments and reading the millions of views that this letter has gotten, the sentiment across America, folks, we about to have it's about to be another nice spirit.
Right.
That thing done hit home.
Right. Exactly. It really have hit home. Matter of fact, I was listening to, and it's real important to listen to what mainstream media journalists say, because they always drop little hints to things when they talk, like on Fox News and CNN and MSN. Is it MSN?
That's
When
it.
we
See?
talking, when I was listening to Megan Fox, and she was going off on her rant, and she was talking about 9/11, and she said it will happen again, and she glossed all over it and kept going. They telling you,
Mm-hmm.
these people are telling you.
Yeah.
Because see, there is nothing that they can do without giving us a warning. So they can always say, we did tell
Told you.
you.
We did tell you. We did warn you. Right. We talk
You
about that all
just
the
didn't
time.
listen. You was worried about who was gonna win the NFL championship.
Right. Exactly.
You was worried about if Will and Dwayne Martin really, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
You was too worried about that.
Right.
So when we told you, you didn't hear what it was that we was telling you, and you did not prepare.
Right. Right. You didn't prepare.
We're going to the second part of this question, man. He had two questions. We're going to the second part. This is important that the people understand. And this is something that Ayob and myself, we was talking about before the show. Islam is a religion as well as Christianity. And both of these religions was created by the same people, which is the Roman Catholic Church. Now, if you had never heard that before, it don't take a whole lot to go and research that. Islam was created by the Roman Catholic Church as well as Christianity. The Third World War, according to the elders of the Zionists, will be a conflict between Islam and Christianity. In other words, the East against the West. Now, Osama is a Muslim that believes strongly in Allah. Therefore, he truly believes what he says. And we know that it's not true, though. But the letter just became more interesting, Ayo, when he said, it brings us both to laughter and tears. This is in the letter here, going back to the letter. He said, it brings us both laughter and tears to see that you have not yet tired of repeating your fabricated lies that the Jews have a historical right to Palestine, as it was promised to them in the Torah. Anyone who disputes with them on this alleged fact is accused of anti-Semitism. This is one of the most fallacious, widely circulated fabrications in history. The people of Palestine are pure Arabs and original Semites. It is the Muslims who are the inheritance of Moses, peace be upon him, and the inheritors of the real Torah that has not been changed. If the Torah has never been changed, I'm asking a question here. If the Torah has never been changed, why then, and I have to ask, why then are not the seed of Isaac and Jacob not mentioned as the rightful inheritors of this land? The Torah is not found in the Quran.
Right.
It's found in the book of Hebrews. So how can he say that the people of Palestine are the pure Arabs, the original Semites? It is the Muslims who was the inheritors of Moses and the inheritors of the real Torah. How you gonna split up our book,
Right,
mix it with your book, take us out, and implant you and say that you are the real inheritors of that land?
because Muslims truly feel that when in Genesis 17 and 18, when Abraham blessed Ishmael and sent him and Hagar on their way, what he just said, they truly believe in their heart of hearts. That's our inheritance.
Let's see
Facts.
if I can
However,
show part of the letter you just read.
aha moment, he forgets or they don't realize that it was not covenant that Ishmael took. He just took the blessing of Abraham.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
what
you.
they don't want to
Admit.
admit. And then after Ishmael left and Abraham blessed him and put him out, that's when the whole household was circumcised. And that's when the visitation of Adoni told Abraham, you're going to have a son.
That's
And
right.
the Most High is going to be with him, is going to cut the covenant, and he's going to be the father of a seed that will not be outnumbered by the stars. See, that's what he's missing. And that's what they don't want to admit.
Isn't it not clever, how the Roman Catholic Church went into our word and took our Bible and created religions to keep us hid?
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what they did. And that's what Paul talked about in Romans. He said those who hold the truth, but they hold it in unrighteousness.
Unrighteous decrees. We just talked about it.
We just talked about that.
We just talked about it. And like
we just
Isaiah
talked
10
about
say,
that.
What are you going to do in that day of visitation? And the Most High is visiting these nations right now. So once again, Matthew 24, nation shall rise against nation. How? Because the Most High is visiting for your unrighteous decree.
Exactly.
That's it. Wow.
With the creation of Islam, going back to the letter, he said with the creation of Islam for a people that believes in it. Oh, no. This is not the letter. Salakia. But so this here is a part of the notes, and I'm going back to a question as well. So with the creation of Islam for a people that believes in it as strongly as the West believes in Christianity. This was crafty counsel, and this is what we was just talking about a while ago. Salakia people for that, okay? This was crafty counsel at its best. Islam versus Christianity. Therefore, the name of Israel is no more in remembrance. Now, I am going to go back to the letter because I want you to see what it is that I mean by that. The name of Israel is no more in remembrance. He said that it brings us both laughter and tears to see that you have not yet tired of repeating your fabricated lies that the Jews have a historical right to Palestine. I'm going to stop there. He's proven to the world, right? Matter of fact, if you read this with eyes that can see and ears that can hear, you ought to just stop right there and then ask yourself the question, well, who are they then?
Who are they? Who are they?
Just right there ought to make you say to yourself, wait a minute.
Who are they?
We've been lied to all this time? Listen to what he said. With your fabricated lies that the Jews have a historical right to Palestine. Everybody know that the Hebrews of the Bible have a historical right to that land and everything around it. Am I right? So if they don't, if you owe someone saying that they don't, who are they?
Where they at though?
You see what I'm saying?
Where they at? They're,
and he went on to say, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying it's yeah, like we said, we got it, folks. We are the secret, the secret and the gem, and all of this is all about us, but we need to stay out of it.
We need to stay. Thank you. You need to stay all the way out of it.
Stay all the way out, because the chickens coming home to roost, and this is a fight. It's all spiritual.
That's it.
All spiritual.
That's it.
I just wanted to.
That was. Hey, at some point, we're gonna do a commercial break so you can repeat that, because that needs to be understood. That needs to be overstood, not understood, but overstood. Okay, yeah, even though this has everything to do with us, we need to stay out of it. Matter of fact, it's like kids. Okay, it's like kids. Right now, my son, how tall is Michael? 6'3".
6'3".
Big boy, 200-some pounds, big boy, right? But he ain't always been that size. Right. And I used to tell all of my kids, hey, fight the battles that you can fight, and the ones that you can't fight, I'll fight them for you. Why did I tell them that? Because I know that I could fight them battles for them. You see what I'm saying? Even if it got something to do with you, you can't fight that because it's out of your hands. It's too big for you. That's what Ayob is saying. Even though this has to do with us, it ain't our battle to fight. Matter of fact, we didn't even start this. Most High said in the book of Jeremiah, is it Jeremiah when he said, I'm going to put the hook in the Mede's mouth and I'm going to draw her back.
Yep.
We ain't even started this fight.
That's it.
See? So we going to let the Most High do what the Most High do, just like we let him do what he did in Egypt. And we just going to sit back and we going to see what color he paint the wall. That's what we going to do.
That's what we're going to do. Telling you. And
so with the creation of Islam, as I was saying, these people really believe this here. right?
Of course they do.
Just like the West really believe in Christianity. So you got Jesus over here in the West, you got Allah over here in the East, but you ain't hearing the seed of Jacob.
You ain't
No
right.
world.
Right. But what's happening quietly in the heart of hearts? From what I'm reading online and the angst in the air that's been there now is more of an angst of who are these people? Who are they?
That's right.
What's missing? There's something, and then what's going to happen? Like, I don't even want to say his name because once everybody Bitler, I'll just say that everybody know what I'm talking about. He even said it. Once the world wake up to who has been done wrong, it's going to be and once
It's
they
in the wisdom of
realize,
Solomon too.
once they realize how they've treated us from then to now, then it's going to be like, man, they've been the people the whole time.
The whole time.
If you pay attention to a lot of the rhetoric and comments, like you mentioned, Megan Cat, she was so angry today when she was talking. She was so upset about this letter and the fact that we've allowed children to read it and we've allowed these kids. She went so far as to say that the kids are stupid and that the parents are idiots for allowing these children to read this and to believe this. Part of the problem, though, is because there are sides of them that recognize who we are. They know what's about to happen. So they still fighting, trying to hold on to a little bit of power that they have.
5 years ago, even 3 years ago, back to normal. This is nothing to do. But like you just said, sis, they realize, like, wait a minute, something is off. Something is different this time. Why am I trying to fight against something that I think is so fake? Because, like you said, a part of them in their heart of hearts, they know something is off.
Well, and if you think about a lot of the kids, the younger generation who are paying attention and who are watching this, they're starting to ask questions. Because if you have, like you said, your daughter was about 4 or 5, our oldest son was about 4 or 5 when 9/11 happened. Mm-hmm. They didn't know what was going on, right? They just knew something bad, really bad happened. We don't necessarily know what the bad thing is because there's only so much you can explain to a 4-year-old. Those same children have now grown up and are adults and are starting to question the status quo. And they're asking all the questions that we didn't ask at that particular age. We just went with, this is what they told us. This is what it is. This is what we believe. Hence how we got stuck in the matrix. So now that this letter is out, and it's giving things that they weren't told, because we weren't told any of this. We just went with the lie. Now this letter is out, and everybody has a problem with the letter because the contents of the letter are making them question everything that they grew up believing.
That's it. Come on.
We have gotten so technology savvy in the world that this new generation, and this just came to me as well, this new generation never had an opportunity to become as patriotic as we were when we was growing up. Mm-hmm. They got a first love to technology, not to America. So it's easy for them to read this letter and start asking questions. One of my favorite movies is Love and Basketball.
Good one.
Trey loved his daddy. Wasn't that his name, Trey? Trey loved his daddy. Loved his daddy to a fault. But when Trey found out that his daddy cheated on his mama, everything in his life started going downhill. Because he realized that his daddy was not who he thought his daddy was. He was not the man that he thought that he was. And that's what this letter is doing. See, Osama bin Laden he was a scoring man. Yeah, and what do scoring people do? They spill the tea. I don't know if y'all ever heard of this female artist by the name of Jaguar Wright.
Yes,
good. But every time I see her thumbnail, I find myself hitting play because she's feeling.
She be ironing jokes out.
And that her tea be boiling.
Boy, look, I be like,
you know what I'm saying?
Right, pinky finger out. Refill on the cup.
look, splash myself in the eye and everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
This be spilling it.
And this is what Osama is doing. And so you're going to have those right wingers, those of the older generation who will read this letter and they'll say that's all garbage. Then you're going to have those in our generation who will read it and be like, I knew something was not quite right. But that generation that we brought into the world, that younger generation, they going to look at it. They going to be like, wait a minute, hold up.
Not gonna be. That's what they're doing.
That's what they're doing. Now, your household, I know how it is for me. Miss Mono made a comment the last show that I watched. She said, don't nobody outside my house be excited when I come into a building. See, I go to Walmart, there ain't nobody gonna be like, hey, I go to Target, ain't nobody gonna be like, she said, but when I come home, she said she be like, mom's home. That's the same thing, Trill. When I come home, my kids, my son, the one that we talking about, he get on to me because I come through the door and don't speak to nobody. He be like, there you go again, you know, because, excuse me, they be excited to see me. Right. Our households are only as strong as the people that's in the house that believe in us. See, when they believe in us,
that's powerful.
They'll listen to us. When they believe in us, they'll respect us.
They follow you.
They follow us. So what this letter is doing, this letter is taking that respect away from the people of America for America. This is why this letter is problematic.
Yep, it's a problem. It's a problem. They listen. Folks are going through it. From the comments and the Nikki Haley running for president. They made TikTok take that joint down.
Man, we talked about that. Let's go to a music break and come back, and we're gonna get on that topic right there that you talking about. Let's hit the next music break. Hopefully it ain't Yum. I don't know, but if it's Yum, we know what we gonna do. We gonna tell the devil we busy.
Right now.
Creator of all things, it's only you I turn to for the power that strengthens me. Soul searching, pain hurts when it surfaces. Wicked from birth, I am asking if I'm worth it, Lord. And if I'm worthy, I'm asking for your services. Lord, we need your help. Please purchase us from the curses. Soul searching, pain hurts when it surfaces. Wicked from birth, I am asking if I'm worth it, Lord. And if I'm worthy, I'm asking for your services. Lord, we need your help. Please purchase us from the curses. It's cold. Changed my name to Cold. They said I'd never reign. Can't understand the power I serve. You'll never feel my strength. Ashamed how they whispering and gossiping. Kick the front door of the game and it ain't no locking it. Me and Lil C, the prophet, it ain't no stopping us. Love the rap game and the condition it's in. Y'all hostages. Round them up, murder them all. 9 Hoskins, a mastermind. Mess with mine, put me on what's after 9. Don't wanna lose it, bring peace to the street. I'm trying to turn on the news. My people, they steady dying. I'm medicine for all y'all sicknesses. Therapy if y'all listening. Constantly sending prayers up for the missing kids. Probably take you a year to read the victim list is sickening. We know y'all working for the agency. I cross my T's and I dot my I's from A to Z. Look down deep in myself. It's my soul I seek. Soul searching. Pain hurts when it surfaces. Wicked from birth, I am asking if I'm worth it, Lord. And if I'm worthy, I'm asking for your services. Lord, we need your help. Please purchase us from the curses. Soul searching, pain hurts when it surfaces. Wicked from birth, I am asking if I'm worth it, Lord. And if I'm worthy, I'm asking for your services. Lord, we need your help. Please purchase us from the curses.
Spirit, you struggling within, headed on the path of self-destruction. Can't speak to me on peace, cause it ain't open for discussion. Early morning busting, got the neighborhood fussing. Within themselves they discussing about the murders, some lust and consequences and repercussions. Replaces the fear. Can't go to sleep at night, cause when I do, the reaper appear. Can't shed a tear. When my body turn cold, I'm hearing voices. I'm seeing demonic spirits and angelical forces. They warring, and in the midst I can see my own soul. I'm being shown the very day that I lost control. The doors closed, I'm looking to exit another way, but the voice clearly spoke.
There's no escape the judgment day.
There's no need to pray, cause only the truth is uttered in these courts. You can take this case alone, or you can ask for life support. I know your life is short, but this today, your soul is required. And you gonna receive eternal life
Or eternal fire.
That's when my mind flashed, my heart stopped. I ended up on the dark block. I seen myself in vanity, trying to live that hard now. The smoking weed, the jealousy, the lust, greed and envy, this in me. God forbid the places this can send me.
Yeah, my man.
Yeah, Cold Rain beat. Yeah, we need to get him to the show as well, man.
Definitely, yeah. We most definitely. I'll reach out to him. We got to get him on the show, bro.
Get him over here to the show as well. You made a comment before we went to that music break. You said they TikTok made them take that joint down. Guess where I found it at originally?
On TikTok.
It's right there. I'm looking at it on my other screen over there because this the thing. And I was asking my wife that question. I said, the first question I asked, who posted it? Like I said at the beginning of the show, where did the letter come from, right? And I still don't believe that letter came from somebody big. This was an unknown. Because you got to ask yourself who had the letter to begin with to post it. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So whoever posted it wanted it to get out there, and it's taking the effect that they wanted to have. Yep.
Or let me throw this out there. Some documents were put somewhere they had no business putting. Somebody got a hold of it and decided to take some pictures of it and decided they were going to post it.
I like that. That's facts. Could that be them top secret documents that Biden probably left them somewhere? He on
He left them around.
Oddly enough, when I made that comment, that's exactly who I was talking about.
He probably
left them in the bathroom.
Folks,
I thought Barack Obama left me some material to read.
Obama just bleeding right now. And boy, then he walked off. He just
He walked the stage right even.
Yeah.
He came back.
Stage left with his 211-year-old self.
Right. Facts. Yeah. But yes, and then as we talked about it though, I said I can't believe that TikTok left it up there. Then as I was looking at, when you Google Osama bin Laden letter, you'll see that most of the writers was that they was removing it. This is the time that we in. Back to what we're talking about, this technology world. I know myself, when I do my research, I come across certain videos, I hurry up and screen record them. Why? Because I know they're going to take them down.
Take it down.
And so when that letter got posted, we have absolutely no idea how many people captured that letter, right? So as soon as X take it down, somebody put that joker right back up.
Right back up.
They take it down again, they put that joker right back up. So the only way to stop that letter is you're going to have to stop X.
That's it.
Elon ain't finna do that.
Nah.
But it's not just being posted on X, though. That's the thing.
That's not exactly. I was just using X, but yeah, you're right.
One of the things that I found today when I was looking for some information is if you go to TikTok and some of these other social media platforms, they're not just outright posting the letter, Osama bin Laden letter to America. They're giving it all kinds of other names. So if you put the right trigger word in there and you go through a journey of these different things that are on there, you'll come across that letter again. It keeps showing itself. So people are smart. They're hiding it.
Right.
They're not just posting the words. So you're not going to just find
it.
The letter in that regard. You may think you looking up something else and come across that letter. They're hiding it so that they can continue to post it.
After the interview last night, you and I was talking. We was texting. You said you couldn't find the letter nowhere. I said it's in the email. And you were right. I couldn't find it either. Right. My wife found it. You did? Because they got a million articles out there on it, but none of the articles actually have
the link to the actual letter.
To the letter.
Right. It's a bunch of information in between the letter, giving their own opinions, feedback, suggestive information to get you to think about the letter in a different way outside of just giving you the content of the letter.
Allow you to read it. So that's one of the problems of today's society is that they don't want you to form your own opinion.
They want you to
because y'all are stupid. How dare you form your own opinion?
Right. That's it.
Y'all sheep over here. What you mean you got an opinion about this? Just do what we tell you to do.
Do what we tell you to do.
Believe what we tell you to believe.
Propaganda. Just believe the propaganda and just go on about your lives. Everything is good. Everything is fine. Like I said,
nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. Everything is like you said. It talked about when the first of the article starts. It talks about how it's propagandistic. So it's telling you, beware, reading this, don't be fooled. Like I said, it's like this, like stroking their feathers, like it's okay when you're reading it, don't worry, it's all right. But at the whole time, the reader's like, man, this is bad.
That's to this new generation. This new generation ain't got no loyalty to this place, man, like we did.
Right.
This new generation got loyalty to Beyonce and Taylor Swift. This new generation got loyalty to Steph Curry and Megan. This is where they loyalty. They loyalty ain't to America.
Right.
Just to whatever's hot and popping right now.
Whatever's popping for the month, the monthly flavor. That's what they are.
That's it. Yep. That's where their loyalty is at.
Go. Did you find the letter on TikTok? Were you able to find any commentary on TikTok?
I don't think I.
If you get a chance, go to TikTok. And I'll see if I can find the video if they haven't taken it down, and I'll send it to you guys. That way you can share it with your families. But go to TikTok, listen to some of the comments that our younger generation is saying about this. And Megyn Kelly posted some of it. Listen to what they're saying about this.
How it changed their whole perspective.
They grew up hating a country because they thought these people just woke up one morning and decided, you know what? We hate America. We're going to attack America. We can't stand America. And reading the letter, they had no idea what America's culpability was in this entire thing. Now all of a sudden they're like, America's, like you said, the analogy you use, the cape that America likes to wear, that joker is tainted.
Yeah.
The joker is dipped in blood. It is tainted.
Yep. Tainted. And that skirt is, the wind is blowing that skirt up, and Esau is, the Most High is allowing that exposure to happen, and it's not all at once. Just like look at the plagues in Egypt. It was just the Most High was just chipping away bit by bit. I'm gonna break it down. He said, I'm gonna walk y'all down like a fat kid walking down a chocolate bar. Walk y'all down on this. Slowly but surely, bit by bit. So, and it's happening right before our eyes.
It's happening right before our eyes, It's one of the reasons why I thought it would be important for us to just go through this entire letter, because I don't even think we're gonna make it through the whole letter.
No,
because it gets better when you get around the third page of this letter, but let's keep it going though. Zechariah chapter 12 and 9. I had, man, it was so many scriptures coming to my head as I was reading this letter, man. Zechariah 12 and 9 says, and it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all nations that come against Jerusalem. Did you hear? Did you hear what my Abba said? He said, "I will seek to destroy all nations that come against Jerusalem." Now, we just saw in this letter that Osama bin Laden admitted that they also had a hand in spoiling us.
Yep.
Now, whether the people of Afghanistan and Palestine and all of those nations over there know exactly who we are, which many of them do, Osama bin Laden did. Okay. This was a politician as well as a general. This was a well-learned individual. Matter of fact, this individual was buddy-buddy with the Bushes. Go back and do the research.
Absolutely. Oil wells, oil money, rich.
All of that.
Osama's daddy.
Son of a wealthy, rich tycoon.
That's right. Yep. So he knows that. So when he wrote this letter, it's like Ayob said at the beginning of the show, he was being real careful. Yeah. So this letter, for those who don't know, they'll miss it. But for those who know, they'll pick up on it.
Yep.
He telling you that the Jews that's over there right now ain't nothing but Germans and Yugoslavians and Russians and Ukrainians. He's telling you that. Yep. He's telling you that we are seed of Ishmael, but he's using Moses, but he's keeping out Jacob and Isaac. Yep. And he's not mentioning the Hebrews. So no one will ask the question about who is the Hebrews then if they not the real Jews. Nobody asked that question. That's done by design.
Mm-hmm. He tap dancing.
He's tap dancing. And so the Most High say, so I don't even feel bad for Palestine. I'm just going to be honest with you. Why? Because they also are part of the nations in Psalms 83.
Confederacy to hide.
I don't feel bad for what's going on with them because they got to get done away too. Whomever the Most High used to destroy them, he used. Whoever the Most High used to destroy Israel over there, he used. Whomever the Most High used to destroy Magog, that's in the north of them, he'll use. Look, as far as I'm concerned, they all need to be wiped out. Just put a big fogger over there, a big can of fogger in the middle of Europe and set that joke off.
Ooh.
Because they gotta go.
Jeremiah 47, man. That's what it's talking about. It said the sword of the Most High
against Palestine. The Bible say Philistine. But you know what they do? Exactly.
That's who it's talking about. It's right there. And the Most High, he said to Jeremiah, tell him this.
Tell him this.
Tell him this. And it says Jeremiah 47:4, because of the day that comes to spoil all the Palestine, and to cut off from sword and side and every helper that remains, for the Most High will spoil the Philistine, the remnant of the country of capture. Baldness. Listen to this, verse 5. Baldness is come upon Gaza. Ashkelon is cut off with the remnant of the valley. He says, ask him this. How long will you cut yourself? Man, the Most High, listen.
Come on now.
How long will you cut yourself?
That's right.
Did this to yourself.
You did this to yourself.
Secret, and you kept them in captivity. And I asked you before, told you, let my people go.
That's right.
So you Whew. Well, listen.
I've always heard bosses say, I don't fire nobody.
Fire yourself.
Come on.
Fire yourself.
There it is.
You know, the policies was put in place. You decided not to follow them, right?
That's it.
It should come to pass in that day, that Zechariah 12:9, that I will seek out to destroy all the nations to come against Jerusalem. When Muslims conquered the Palestinians and drove out the Romans, we just talked about that, and Jerusalem returned to Islam and the religion of all the prophets of peace be upon them. That's what he said, right? Mm-hmm. So we talk all the time on this show how America implant insurgents. This one here was another one. Another part of that letter. 2C. If you can find 2C, but not pull up to 2C. We talk all the time on this show how America implants insurgents and topple governments and set their people up in charge. Part 2C is one of the reasons why they don't want nobody to read this letter. This is why they'll tell you that this is propagandist. Osama bin Laden said in 2C, states under your supervision, consent, and orders the governments of your countries which act as your agents attack us on a daily basis. States under your supervision, consent, and orders the governments of our countries which act as your agents. You know what that is? That's an insurgent.
An insurgent.
That's America going in, taking out the real people of those countries and putting their people in them heads.
Yep.
That look like them. See, and that's why I always ask the question, what do an American look like? See, you go to Japan, they all look alike. You go to China, they all look alike. You go to Taiwan, they all look alike. Come over here to America, you got American Asians, you got American Mexicans, you got American white people, you got American black people, you got American everything.
Yep.
So what America can do with that is what? They can plant insurgents anywhere, and that's what Osama bin Laden is saying.
Yep.
So that will make you ask the question, was Al-Qaeda really terrorists?
Right.
Was ISIS really a terrorist? After all, they called the Panther Party terrorists, and we know that they was just protecting their own from pigs in their neighborhoods.
That's it.
This letter was shining light on the real terrorist. USA.
Boy, that's heavy. That is heavy, boy. That's heavy, man. I mean, when you think about look at the last, so and this goes back to the immigration issue we're having right now. It goes back to the vacuum of how ISIS was created, or the pullout in Afghanistan. What happened? All we hear is, oh, they found a cache of weapons. United States. They found United States weapons. Y'all, Hamas is on. It be one guy driving, one guy on the passenger, 4 guys on the back of a Toyota truck.
A small Toyota truck. We ain't talking a Tundra.
Yeah, the small ones.
The old ones that Pawpaw
The
used to have.
the B2000.
Right. And you think them people invading whole country? Come on, y'all. Come on, man. Like, really. Like, for real.
Exactly.
They be on the back of them trucks riding that dirt. Like, you think. So, once again, all this whole immigration issue that they've made political, what is America's going to be visited just like these other countries are having visitation from the Most High? That's what he said. Okay.
Yeah.
This is them chickens, boy. Them.
He went on to say, in that same statement, he said that these governments, the ones that they set up over there in those countries, these governments prevent our people from establishing the Islamic Sharia. Is it Sharia? How they Sharia
law. Yep.
Yeah, Sharia. Establishing the Islamic Sharia using violence and lies to do so. He says that these governments give us a taste of humiliation and places us in a large prison of fear and subdual. He says that these governments steal our Ummah's wealth and sell them to you as a paltry price. These governments have surrendered to the Jews and handed them most of Palestine, acknowledging the existence of their state over the dismembered limbs of their own people. And you don't think that at some point that these people was going to do something to you? See, the only reason they had to consider the people in 2001 because we had no idea what they was doing over there in the East. You know how many miles the East is from here?
So it's a pretty good ways away.
And for the majority of us, the only thing that we can see is outside our neighborhood.
That's it.
So we have absolutely no idea what Washington, D.C. is doing over there. They over there stealing from these people.
Yep.
Killing these people. Putting people in over there that don't belong over there. And then them people got fed up and slapped back. And then they convinced us to go to war with them and told us that they terrorists. Come on, man.
Yep.
You know, I think one of the saddest parts of this in terms of how we were as a whole, as a country, a unit over here, or however you want to coin us, were duped is all of those individuals who signed up for the military to go to war because they thought they were defending their country. Remember the football player, I can't think of his name right now. The guy killed
Pat Tillman played for the Arizona Cardinals.
Friendly fire because he thought he was going to defend his country against these terrorists. And there's so many kids that I know of that we kind of watched grow up that said, I got to defend my country. I got to defend my country. I have to defend my country. And that's where the whole argument of why you had these people who had this newfound love for the flag and, you know, you better stand up and pledge and you better give reverence to the flag. But these kids grew up thinking that they were going to defend this country. And for them to now be at the age that they are to recognize it was all a lie.
Right.
We're over here defending something that ain't had nothing to do with us.
Right. We're attacking
nothing
them.
To do with us.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. We're not protecting ourselves from them. We're actually attacking those people. That's what is happening, and that's what they're finding out. So now, like I said, it's getting scary because it's like, what else do we not know?
Right. And don't that normally how it happens? Ain't that how the Pandora box open up? You find out something. How many times have a person went, go, open up the drawer looking for your keys and you see something that you weren't supposed to see. You weren't even looking for it.
Right.
You fist to go look a little bit more and you find a little bit something else. And now you got questions.
Yep.
We got questions. We need to talk about this here. Yep. And that's what this letter is doing. Yep. But this letter was a bottle of perfume. That's what I'm gonna say it is. This letter was a bottle of perfume. I had another analogy, but
I know you did. You said, I'm gonna keep it PG.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it with the perfume.
Thank
you. Whose perfume is this? Right. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Notice you've been acting a little strange here lately.
Now I'm finding this.
What's going on? You see what I'm saying? That's what this letter is. And this is why they are so animate. Man, Megyn Kelly was like, she was calling parents failures for allowing their kids to even read this. Like, what world are we living in where we can't read? You can bring a sexualized book into a school with kids. And I ain't talking high school kids, even though that's bad, but I'm talking babies. And they can read sexualized books. But you telling me that we need to keep this away from?
Because once again, that dream that's been sold to everybody, like you said, that next generation, that American dream that's been trying to be sold, it's a wrap.
It's a nightmare now.
It's a nightmare now, for real. Folks is going to sleep tonight, and this weekend, since this letter came out, it's a different type of dream, yo. It's a different type of.
Look at how many generations of children, or I can't even call them children anymore, young adults are now deciding they don't want to even live in America. They getting passports to
Going somewhere
leave
else.
the country.
Yep.
This is not that. Remember that song? This land is your land. This land is my land.
From
Home for
California
yeah.
to New York
Mm-mm,
Island. Dun, dun,
mm-mm.
dun, dun. Yeah, that's
Not that you know the whole song, I yo.
yeah. Oh, I remember, man. But it was, and when I was in kindergarten and first grade, that's what they did. It was every day.
We older than you. We know.
They taught us, and
They
because
forced us to learn that song.
they forced us to be patriotic.
Yes,
that's all you heard.
yes.
They forced us to, and see, and this is one of the reasons I tell all young people now, right, that are having babies. Man, I be preaching, keep your kids out of public schools.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Do not go to these public schools. Stay out of public schools. Homeschool your children if you can. And see, this is one of the reasons too why they make us work as hard as we do, because they know if you out on the plantation, you ain't got time to train your kids. No, do you not realize, man, I wish I had known then what I know now when it come to public schools. Our kids are in these schools and with these school agendas more than they at home with us.
Right.
Which means that the public has a greater influence on our children than we do. This is why Yasha said in the Gospels that in the end days, daughters going to fight against their mothers and sons against their fathers because of the indoctrination that they are given. Right. And the kids is looking at their fathers and their mothers like, you don't know what you're talking about because this is what's right.
This is what they told me in school.
This is what they told me in school. This is how evil is becoming good and good is becoming evil because that's what they teaching them in school.
Yep.
And you do have a generation of teachers who are very frustrated with where the educational system is going. There's a handful of them that are very frustrated with where the educational system is going because they're not being allowed to actually teach curriculum anymore. Right. They're teaching propaganda. And for the ones who buy into it, they have the opportunity to share their biased opinions, their biased feedback, and sell to the kids the opposite of what we're teaching at home. So the kids are confused. They come home and tell you all the things that they learned at school, and you're like, but that's not what we believe. That's not what we view. That's not how we look at this thing. And so they're torn. Do I believe this teacher who I'm with all day long or who I see every single day for hours on end, or do I believe my parents? Because my teacher is telling me, and not only that, the curriculums are based on the things that they're teaching. So it's even being doubly indoctrinated. I'm not just giving instruction in the classroom. Now there's a lesson on it. And if you don't write that essay or you don't do this assignment the way that I instructed you, you're going to fail.
Wow. So
you have to buy into it. They have to buy into whatever is being sold to them. Exactly.
Man, this heavy stuff, boy.
Yeah.
Getting real, man. Like for real. Like this letter exposed a lot of, like you said, Megyn Kelly, that ugliness came out.
It did.
You let a letter get your attitude like that?
Boy, she was hot.
She was 38 hot. What we call
she was cussing. I ain't never heard Megyn cuss before. She dropped the F-bomb.
And I thought what was so telling was when she said, my kids will never. I wonder how old her kids are, because there's a lot of things that I say my kids will never do, and I'll be that going if they not.
Right.
Man.
Yo.
Kids are their own people.
Let's go to this last music break. We're going to come back. We're going to get into some of this letter, some more of this letter, man. But it's like Ayob said, that this letter was exposing a lot. I don't think this letter is going away anytime soon. And it is what the letter is doing is and in the words of them on certain situations, it's causing a conversation. And it's actually causing a conversation that needs to be talked about.
Absolutely. Indeed.
That needs to be talked. And man, do y'all not think it's ironic as we go to the music break that this here came out around election time?
Yep. It's crazy out.
It's
crazy.
Shalom, Hebrew. Y'all told me to make some time for you. He said, show my people some love and tell my Jews I'm waiting. If he can save me, he can save anybody. I was hanging with them gangsters in them streets, I wasn't no stranger. Lord knows I was a sinner. Lord knows since I remember I was under the influence. Drunk and high, life was in ruins. Mama went got life insurance. Mama kept that life insurance. I rode the bus and Bubba Chevy. I was broken, young, felt heavy. I used to run from the police, but it was written as day to be stood up in Memphis, Tennessee. Standing out, yeah, long live my king. I found my nationality. I'm Hebrew, Jew, belong to me. Father, I belong to you, and I was disappointing you. I'm out here preaching to the gang. They joking, call me preacher, man. Wages of sin, outlive them wages. I express with many faces. I'm so chosen, he had to chase me. So many times he could erase me. Yeah, they used to call me crazy, but could never call me lazy. I'm giving you the word for free, but best believe the word gon' pay me. I motivate the satisfaction. In the booth is non-stop action. My father, the main attraction. Father, I got him calling, asking about your son, Hebrew Messiah. I give him knowledge and some wisdom. I try to help him out that fight. They taught our teachers to be liars. We above beyond these busters, and if we know, how can we solve? It's time to show and flex our muscle, and let's repent for Jacob's trouble. This a corporate plantation, and Uncle Sam taking my profit, so you headed to damnation. Made me have to round the clock. Don't you sell out like these rappers, turning babies into trappers. Would they be successful rappers if they were successful trappers? Ex-sin and I'm no actor. Now I'm doing more than I gotta. Make some time to love my people. I take you to y'all, not your reaper. This a lesson from a blessing. They can't treat you like no peasant. They mad we the chosen children. We been starving for this message. Let's put y'all in their way and remind them of that terrible day. And it's coming, nobody's safe. If you Judah, it's time to pray. Yahusha, my new world order. We gon' meet you at the border. I'm Hebrew and I got my orders. Earth burning, but today gorgeous. True Jew fled to headquarters. That's that land of milk and honey. We got serious about that tour. So paradise nice and sunny. I was hanging with them gangsters. Lord knows I got an angel. Now to his word, I'm no stranger. Protecting me from his danger. Hallelujah, Father, thank you. In his eyes, I am famous. Brand new album, so I'm blameless. My new covenant from your heinous. Y'all took me flat out my back. I start crawling, but now I'm stepping. I repay them with progression. So raise them banners in heaven. Hey, heaven. Yeah. Yeah. Hallelujah. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Father. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yes, sir. Mr. Yo, he's still in the house.
I'm here.
Yeah. You know, all of this is happening in the time that it's supposed to happen too. This morning I was in 2 Esdras. I was in 2 Esdras chapter 5. One of my favorite books and also one of my favorite chapters. In those chapters, I think it's like from 3 to 6. Ezra was just asking questions. Ezra was like a kid. He was just asking questions and asking questions. And he was asking so many questions at one time. It seemed like the angel that was attending to him, that Ezra kind of got on his nerves a little bit. I'm sure he didn't, but Ezra's just asking questions. And one of the questions Ezra asked was in chapter 5, he said, look, he said, why don't you just gather all of the people that had been before, go on and bring them back, and all of the people, because you already know who it's going to be and who it ain't going to be. All of the people that is going to be, going to bring them now, and let's just get this thing over with. Because see, when you read to Esdras was tired of them heathens that was around them prospering, and they was breaking the laws of the Most High.
Right.
He was tired of it, and he even asked the Most High. He said, "Look, if you hate us so much, why didn't you punish us yourself? Why you turn us over to these heathens? You know, you should have just punished us yourself." And so the Most High asked him the question. Ask him the question. He said, ask a woman. Like my wife's grandmother had 16 children. Now, Ask woman, can she have all 16 of them kids at one time?
No.
It was like, no, they can't do that. That's what the Most High said too. He said, look, I can't do that. He said everything got to happen in order. He said that this thing is going to come in a full circle. When you read it in chapter 5, he said it's going to come in a full circle. He said, as I was not slack in the beginning, I'm not going to be slack with it in the end. It's going to be the same way. He said, just be patient because everything got to play out. And the reason why this letter is a prime example as to why everything got to play out. Because in the end, ain't nobody going to have no questions on why the Most High destroyed who he destroyed.
You're going to know.
You're going to know why.
No.
And this is what this letter is doing. This letter is exposing to the world for those who want to know, for those who can't see why Babylon. Now, we talked about Jeremiah 47. There's also a Jeremiah chapter 50.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, 50 is probably the longest chapter out of all of them nations that's going to get destruction.
You think it is?
And that's the destruction of Babylon. We're going to understand why Babylon is going to get what she got. And this letter, see, I keep asking the question of who posted the letter. It ain't for me to know. The Most High wanted it posted.
You wanted to post it, and it got posted
at this particular time.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It ain't even for you know what I'm saying?
Yep. I go back to land back what you're saying. You said something so profound. Edris is talking about that in chapter 5. Y'all go read that. Also, Exodus 7. And the Most High said, I will multiply the signs and wonders in Mitzrayim.
Facts.
I'm gonna harden Pharaoh's heart. And you talked about that in another show where the Most High created Pharaoh. He knew Pharaoh was gonna get in his feelings.
Right.
He said, but I'm not gonna do it all at once. I'm gonna let this thing, I'm gonna show my power.
Right.
And like you said, I'm gonna make sure everybody know that it was me, the Most High. And there's none like me. There'll never be none like me. I'm the creator. And it's happening now. It ain't gonna all happen at once. His people will be revealed in time, y'all. That's why we say, sit back.
Say that again.
His people will be revealed in time. This is not our fight. We got to stay patient, girded up, and get your popcorn. Let the Most High.
You know, I believe without a shadow of a doubt that there are so many people right now that is on the fence wanting to believe that we the people of the book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what Yasha talked about them. You know, you got that whole generation that they ain't gonna believe unless they see signs and wonders.
That's it.
You know, we've been trying to tell you. We done told you.
I told you. 50-11 times. 50-11.
We done told you. See, to me, and you can say that I'm wrong, but not then it don't matter if the Gentiles believe it or not. I could care less, you know. But it hurt my heart, Shalom, Jamel. It hurts my heart. It hurts my heart when we come to the seed of Jacob and tell them that you not a nigga, that you not black, that you not a African American, that you Judah, that you the seed of Jacob, you the people of the book, and they tell you I'm a Christian. Bro, that hurt.
Well, they be like, well, we all God's children.
That's what they say.
And I was like, did you hear what I just said?
You know, that's what the gospel is. That's what what did Jeremiah call us? He asked the Most High, he said, man, did you create Israel to be a homeborn slave? We've been slaves all our life, and I come to you with good news that the earth was made for us, and I can show you that in this little red book that you probably ain't never seen before in your life. This little red book. I can show you that the earth was made for us. I can show you that the Ruach came and made her home with us and gave the laws of the Most High to us. I can show you that. And then you'll tell us, I don't think color has anything to do with anything. I don't think God look at color. But then I could take it to Deuteronomy and I could show you where he says that he separated Israel from all of the other nations.
Yep.
Bro, that hurt.
I'm gonna say to you what I always say to you. Be patient. Give a little grace. Most of us who have come out of the matrix came out of the matrix because we were looking for something different. It's easier to come out when you're looking for that path out. You know something is not right. If you don't know that you're in the matrix, it's very hard to see what could be on the other side of that. Sometimes you get a little inkling. Sometimes somebody will throw something out there to you that make you go, But if you're not looking for something, if something in your life has never told you, there might be something out there that there may be some legs to this thing. Because I remember when you brought it to me, you know how we got in it.
Right.
After you kicked against the brick for so long,
I did.
you knew something was different. You knew something wasn't right, but you kicked against the brick because you was a Christian.
I was a good Christian. Well,
I was fed up with Christianity.
I used Paul till I couldn't use it. Paul wasn't leather no more. He was just paper. He was flimsy.
Like a dead horse. But I do remember when you finally came out, the excitement you had.
Right.
Maybe this thing got legs. And then I went and read it.
Wow.
It was like,
wow.
Wow. But at that time, both of us were already so disenchanted with the church. So we were looking for something different. So I say again, have a little grace.
Yeah.
Have a little patience.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Facts.
I had that grace. I had that patience. But I tell you what, that wick on that candle, that candle wax to burn out.
It's low.
I can have all the grace and all the patience I want, but we running out of time.
That's true. All you can do is sow your seeds and keep it moving.
Yeah. If they receive it 30, some 30, 60, 94, 100 fold.
I want to get into one more part of this letter before we dip up out of here, man. Ben Laden said something on page 3 of this letter talking about the attacks of 9/11. Excuse me. He said, you may then dispute that all the above does not justify aggression against civilians for crimes they did not commit and offenses in which they did not partake. Ayob hinted this earlier in the show. I believe it was Ayob when he was talking about the voting. Was that you hinted at this early in the show, didn't you? Yep, you sure did.
All we got to do is come into agreement. That's it. They just got to.
This is part A. This is part A of this particular subject matter here. He says the argument contradicts your continuous repetition that America is the land of freedom. So in other words, he's saying your people chose to pick a side and is leaders in this world. Therefore, the American people are the ones who chose their government by way of their own free will, a choice which stems from their agreement to its policies. Thus, the American people have chosen, consented to affirm the support for the Israeli oppression of the Palestinians, the occupation and the usurpation of their land, and its continuous killings, torture, punishment, and exposure of Palestinians. The American people have the ability and choice to refuse the policies of their government and even to change it if they want. He goes on to say, the American people are the ones who pay the taxes, which funds the planes that bomb us in Afghanistan, the tanks that strike and destroy our homes in Palestine, the armies which occupy our land in the Arabian Gulf, and the fleets which ensure the blockade of Iraq. These tax dollars are given to Israel for it to continue to attack us and penetrate our land. So the American people are the ones who fund the attacks against us. And they are the ones who oversee the expenditure of these monies in the way they wish through their elected candidates. Also, the American army is part of the American people. It is the very same people who are shamelessly helping the Jews fight us. The American people are the ones who employ both their men and women in the American forces which attack us. This is why the American people cannot be innocent of all the crimes committed by the Americans and the Jews against us.
That's heavy.
That's heavy.
That's heavy.
That's heavy.
That's heavy, man. You want to talk about indictment? That's and that's the part that has, I think, that's the part that got her riled up. Yep. And the other I think they said 6 million views altogether, something like that. 6 million people have actually laid eyes on this letter.
Yeah.
You don't think these people on the phone texting and talking right now? What we gonna do? Because they believe this. They seen this and they like, I knew something wasn't right.
Right.
But wait till that underlying factor comes. These the people we've been having chained up and done fed the babies of alligators to get alligator skin and get these the people. So them wasn't the ones, but they are the people.
That's right. That's right. The only thing in this letter that he is lying about is him and Allah and the Quran and them having right to the land. That's the only thing. But when he put his indictment out there in black and white on America, he is not lying.
He lied.
And this is the thing, you got a whole, and we keep going back to this generation talk, right? You got the older generation, then you got us, and then you got our kids. Our kids can read this and make sense of this. Yep. And like we say, well, we got questions now.
We got questions. We got questions.
We got to talk about this.
Yep.
Don't you know that it's convenient for them to show us what's going on with Israel and Palestine right now? I got a book that's called The Synagogue of Satan. Okay. And in the Synagogue of Satan, let me see if I can pull that book up so y'all can see the cover of it. In the Synagogue of Satan. Okay, then. In the Synagogue of Satan, it is laying out year by year, the infrastructure of the Jewish people, as Ayub called them, and how they have single-handedly destroyed the entire earth. How they have went from nation to nation and raped and pillaged them for everything it is that they have. And it's not missing a beat. And so the point that I'm making is that Israel is always bombing Palestine. Always. This ain't just happened on the 7th of October. I can't tell you how many times they done had to rebuild hospitals. And this is something that they always attack, is hospitals and civilians and kids. And so what Osama is saying right here, that the American people, you are just as guilty as your government. Your government is a reflection of you. You put them in office.
And you can stop it at any time that you want. That's what he said.
But you choose to be more concerned
about
the Golden Bachelor.
Golden Bachelor. 60 years old.
Still looking for love.
Still looking for love. Golly,
did you find it?
Yeah, I believe this.
Yeah.
American Idol.
The American Idol.
Golden Voice. All that stuff. There it is.
If this book is not in your library, it's on Amazon and it's not that expensive. Get this book in your library. This book right here, this book is mind blowing.
Yeah.
It's called The Synagogue of Satan. Yeah.
Yeah. Another,
So yeah,
another good one too is, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
That's a good one. And another good one is The 13th Tribe by Arthur Kessler. That's the one that'll blow your mind. I got the full PDF. If you want it, I can send it to you.
I blew the dust off. I haven't finished it yet. But I can attest that book is good though. Yeah. It is good.
Give me 2 seconds and I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
Even because they own people. It's Arthur Kessler. He is you-ish, and he'll tell you.
He tell you. Yeah, exactly.
Shlomo Sands, they all will tell you. Like, look, we done studied just like everybody else studied. And
that's a Jewish person who wrote the Synagogue of Satan.
Synagogue, right.
Yeah.
I got the Jew. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you, bro.
Yeah, he's a Jew, man. There's much more to this letter. Much more to this letter. But I did want to get to that point about the American people because it's just like it was in the days of the Maccabees, in the days of the Romans, that our government keep us saturated with entertainment. They keep us saturated with work and with entertainment to the point that we don't even pay attention to what it is that they're doing. There go the book right there, The 13th Tribe.
I'm gonna give you the that's just the piece of the insert. I'll give you the actual cover of the book. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they keep us so saturated with entertainment and with working that we can't pay attention to what it is that they're doing outside of our walls. Every time America, don't you know that America have their military just about on every piece of land in earth? So if they got their military there, that means that they are controlling that land. So even though I'm not siding with Palestine, I don't feel bad for Palestine, but what I do is I understand the frustration of Palestine.
Absolutely.
I get it.
Yep.
I get it. You asked Jamil a question last night. You said, how do you keep yourself? How do you compose yourself to keep from going off? It was the way he answered that question that got me. He said, man, just about every day I got to keep myself from going off on somebody outside of my house.
Yep, outside of my house.
That's how he said it. There it is.
There it is right there.
There it is. Right?
Yeah.
So just imagine these people that are over there in Palestine that have been living all of their life. They really believe just understand that. Okay. Let's not get that twisted. Just like we really believe we Christians, just like we really believe we Negroes over here, they really believe that that's theirs. They really believe, and they've been there and they were unbothered. And all of a sudden, here come these white people. And just start pushing them back. Yep. You remember that movie Office Space? Have you ever seen Office Space? Yeah. You remember the dude? He had a cubicle.
My red stapler. Where's my stapler?
Then they moved him a little bit, and before the show was over, he was down off in the basement.
In the basement. They didn't put him out. In the basement.
Put him out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what they did to these. So I understand their frustration. But they gonna get theirs because they coming against Jerusalem too.
Yeah, it's well, like look, we've been saying the birth pains is past, the baby's head is now crowning. It's about to be a full-blown born baby out here.
About to be a head. It's about to be head and shoulders in a minute.
What's the baby crown? That's it. Ain't no going back.
Ain't an army on this earth can stop the baby from coming. And it is is on the way.
The spirit of delusion is all throughout the Bible. John chapter 4 is one of my favorite chapters. I want to end off on this one, man. It's the lady from Samaria. when Yasha went to go meet her, she said something. And you can take this back to 1 Kings chapter 16, I want to believe. And you will see when this false religion actually started in the land over there. Okay.
What are you reading from?
This is the book of John, chapter 4. And I'm going to start at verse 11. I know everybody's familiar with this, sir. So I'm just going to start at verse 11 and get to what she said. Now, this is a Samaritan, okay? She said, the woman said unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing. Did I get off? Nothing to draw with. I'm sorry. And the well is deep. From whence then hast thou living water? Art thou greater? This is what I want to get at. She said, art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gives us the well and drink thereof himself and his children? This is a Samaritan.
Right.
That has been here all of her life. When you go back to 1 Kings, you will see when the king brought in priests of the Levites to come in and teach the foreigners the way of the Hebrews. And so for generations, they took our teachings, and for generations, they started believing that they were Judaisms, that they were Hebrews. And so even though they were Samaritans in the north, they actually believed that Jacob was their father. That's what she said.
Yep. That's why Mashiach told the disciples, don't go in the way of Samaria.
There you go.
Why he told them when they first started, the 72 went out and turned into 12. He said, don't go over there.
Don't go over there.
They actually believe that. We're gonna have to
They
take some
actually
time
believe that.
Believe it. Right.
You see?
Right.
So learning that who we were, put everything in this Bible in place. Can you imagine trying to put 1,000-piece puzzle together and you don't even know where to start? And then somebody come and put the edges together, then you be like, that's all I needed.
All I needed. That's all I needed. Man.
That's all I needed.
Oh boy. Wow.
She said, our father Jacob.
Our father Jacob. Our.
That's what she said. Yeah. But then this thing ended at the bottom in verse 22. He said, ye worship, ye know not what. That's what he told her.
For the salvation
is of the Jews. But I love to believe that it actually said the Hebrews, because they weren't walking around there calling themselves Jews during that time.
Yeah.
Salvation is of the Hebrews.
Yep.
So all praises to the Most High.
Yeah.
We went through this letter. Ayob, you didn't have to reel me back in. My wife had to tell me to come. She was over there. I thought she was landing the plane because I did. Yeah, she said, I said, you right, baby.
Yeah. I didn't have to reel you back in.
You didn't have to reel me back in.
Yeah, you did wonderful. Great.
What I'm gonna try to do though, I am going to try to put the link of this letter in the description for those who are on here that want to read this letter, because the letter does need to be read. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Ayob, thank you, Benasha Lahaya, and thank the Truth Be Told Flex Podcast family. Y'all are beautiful. Thank y'all for rocking with us. We'll be back next week with another show. We'll get it back on track the way that it's supposed to be. But yeah, I just wanted to go through that letter tonight. I felt like it was something that was needful. Yeah. Ayob, you got anything you want to add, brother?
Man, just shouts to everybody, man. Appreciate all y'all. Shouts to Jamil the Trunk Rattler, man, for tapping in tonight. Great interview last night. Always great to chop it up with my brother, man. We got Zamar Yasharil on this upcoming Tuesday. So y'all stay tapped in with Truth Be Told Flesh Podcast, man. We're growing.
Please do.
We're growing, man, and the Most High is grand. And
podcast.
We out here. 10 toes down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right then, man. It's been great.
Yeah.
We will see y'all next week. Who we got next? You just said it. Yep.
Mario
Yep.
Real. Tuesday,
Yeah.
7
Yep.
p.m.
That's
here
gonna be a good one.
and on Facebook Live. So yeah, we're gonna have some more. We're
I'm
gonna
gonna join. I'm gonna have to join in on that one with you.
yeah. We will talk about him going. He was, he recently went to Africa to perform. He was on the TV in Nigeria and Ghana and hit the Great
We got
Awakening.
Minister Michael Norman coming up as well too.
Coming up, man.
And he's on the cover of the Truth, the Light Hebrew magazine. Yeah, he embraced the cover of the Light Hebrew magazine as well.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, we up out of here. We thank y'all, man. Shalom. Ayob, I'll see you next week, brother.
One last comment for those of you who are interested in the letter. If you want to send a request to truthbetoldflexpodcast@gmail.com, we'll send the letter out to you.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Shalom.
All right.
Twice
Shalom.
Twice out.